Hey,
But
what you
above
got
all
going? What
else,
you got going?
for me, it's a sigh of relief. Most things you can't. You have to understand. A lot of things are designed to test you, and if you fall for it, you might be thinking challenging certain things might be to your benefit. It really isn't. There's certain things you
Nope.
just got to walk away from, like
Yep.
the belligerent rantings of a mad Lyft driver. You got to walk away from that shit. You got to know that you're not touchable. Fucking Spectrum deleting your credit card, then charging you an overdraft fee because you didn't pay your bill because they canceled your card. You gotta just be able
Mm,
to walk away from that shit. And almost not being able to live stream because your internet wasn't working an hour ago. You gotta be able to walk away from that type of shit. But the
yeah.
most important thing is we made it. We're on. And without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it, shall we? Hey, how you doing? My name's Heero. That's Eric. And this is the things we forgot to tell you last week. A bunch of stories that we find on the internet that happened last week. So we're telling it to you now because we only have the show once a week. One day we'll get back to twice a week. Our first story. Our first story. Hey, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I forgot about that in the beginning. Our first story is the FBI raids the Union chief and the New York Union's police department. Just happened like 4 hours ago. So this is still a developing story, but a lot of people are attributing this to the police chief, the chief of the union, who basically has made some very deranged comments on the internet, who seems to be a QAnon follower, and also seems to have some anti-Semitic commentary on his social media pages. Like I said, this is still a developing story, but this is one of the biggest unions in the country. Not even just from a police standpoint, in the country. So to see the FBI taking an interest in this to the point that they will raid the office and his personal homes does speak magnitudes.
Nah.
I mean, you don't
This
find that
is.
to be concerning?
I don't. What I honestly believe this is this is the FBI. What I feel like they want to do is they want to get rid of the police departments so that there can be one federal police. That's what this is. Let me break up the police union because those are strongholds in this country. They have to take those down. There's no way that they can do that until they break up the police unions.
Well, that's a very interesting theory. Shout out to Superhuman, who's currently hosting us up. Hey, for all you Superhuman fans, I appreciate y'all coming
Hey,
through.
shout
Hey,
out.
like, share, and subscribe. We're a cool place to hang out, as you'll probably find out or not find out. This is part of the journey. Welcome. Resident portal. Oh wait, this is my thing for logging in. I paid my stream bill. Shakira got attacked by wild boars while walking with her son. This is a ongoing story. I thought it was hilarious. For all y'all don't know, Shakira, she has hips that doesn't lie, and I also believe she has lips that don't lie because the wild boar.
What a nice
outbreak,
mom.
She's so short. She's like 5'2". I was very shocked to see that. She seems taller, I guess.
She's like 48, 49 years old. She looks like that. That's crazy.
She's bad. She is so bad. So bad. But basically, she got attacked by wild boars, and this was an ongoing story about last year when the boars crossed over when our brothers from the north, our kinder brothers from the north, gave us these wild feral boars that are just growing in size, and basically they're an invasive species, so they're just destroying everything. And the boars have now started to spread. I think this happened in her hometown. It was in a park while she was walking.
This is in Spain. Yeah, she's Colombian.
She's Colombian? Oh, no. Her husband is a Spaniard?
Yes, that's correct.
Ooh,
that is correct.
2 points for Heero.
Yes.
Yeah. So this happened back there, but this brought back fond memories of 2019 when these wild boars were just destroying all of Iowa and Idaho and those northern states. So,
bro, but that's why you can hunt them any time of the year here in Texas, and they don't care how you kill them. Just get rid of as many as possible.
Get rid of them as soon as possible. No, totally agree. Another interesting story, and I love me some Florida stuff, but this story here, like, is crazy. Special ops soldiers evade late night ninja attack at California airport. Now, Eric, If I told you the United States Special Forces were fighting against, and there was, I believe that there was 30 of them, 38 of them, September 18th, 38 of them were left to hunker down in a building while a single lone ninja terrorized a base. Now, I'm not saying that the war is over and they should just be chilled out, but I'm saying, like, if one dude with a katana blade could take down our whole entire 30.
Oh, hold on, bro. So Shinobi himself came and threw shurikens at all of our special forces. These are trained killers who are afraid of ninja stars,
bro,
and magic pixie dust. Come on, bro. Not buying it.
I was baffled to see this, but at the same time, it is kind of hilarious. So, hey, more power to them. More power to them.
Nah, but they look weak, boy. That looks weak. You said 38 hunkered down with one ninja. Come on, bro.
He was later on arrested after being tased, so it's good to know that electric attacks do work against ninjas. Keep it in your handbook, guys.
So we should have just told them to throw a lightning bolt at Shinobi, and we would have lost the game.
No, for sure. But Eric, if there was a list of ways for you to catch an alligator, how you doing it, bro?
Just like my man's right here. He got safe distance between him and the alligator. The only thing he missing though is a knife. Because if I get him under there, I'm stabbing him, cutting his guts up after I get his head in that bucket.
I'm more baffled at how comfortable he looks doing this.
He lives in Florida. He's in Florida.
Flip-flops. That thing is kind of big, bro. That thing is kind of big, bro.
Hey, I just trapped that gator in my Gucci flip-flops. Come on. That's what I'm saying.
Kudos to this young man and his ingenuity. He actually did manage to get the alligator to a safe area. I don't know. I think he's missing his calling. Do I see a Crocodile Dundee hood?
Nah, bro. Don't give him the. No, Do-Rag Dundee. That's Do-Rag Dundee.
I love it. Clap it up for that. Drop a bomb. Yeah. Do-Rag Dundee. Love to see it. You love to see it. So, Eric, there's an amazing story. Where was this at? I don't know where this is. Hold on. He's this dude, Ronniebrunswick. He is the vice president of a country between it's like a little dictator. It's like on the map. I think it's South America. President of Suriname.
Okay.
Suriname. This dude right here. Played in a finals football match at the age of 60 for 58 minutes in their 0-6 loss to the champions, and then was later spotted in the opposite team's locker room passing out money. He is now currently under investigation for embezzlement and has been barred from ever playing in the Premier Soccer League of that nation. He inserted himself into a team he owns and played 58 minutes of at 60 years old. I don't know whether to be proud of him or more like, yo, why is this? Why is he allowed to do this? How is he allowed to get away with this? Moreover,
he's the vice president. What they gonna say to him? He owns the team and he's the vice president of the country. What you gonna tell him? Hey, sir, I think it'd be really best for you if you just went in the box, and just no. You gonna get taken out to the woodshed, bro. This 60-year-old man played 58 minutes. He's smacking you in your face. I'm sorry. What's going on?
He just has the face and he's also and this is another interesting fact about him. He's also wanted on the most wanted for Interpol because
Interpol?
of Interpol. So I'm just he's a fascinating individual. I'm so eager to see this story.
Hold on. What Interpol want Buddy for?
Apparently that he was taking financial aid from countries and then spending it on military stuff instead of sending it on his people. He did it for a while, but this one is kind of weird.
That is hilarious.
This is This is really
this is hilarious.
This is
hilarious.
The thing that's really wrong with this is
People came out in public like this. No,
Yeah,
that's
people,
people came out in public like this, and the old girl stood right in front of the thing, hands folded, and she got her little hands folded, and she just like flexing for the camera. Is that
yeah,
what we
like
doing?
this is forever on the internet. Utah Jewish Federation condemns use of syringe swastika at anti-vaccine protests at governor's mansion. I want to say something. I want to make this extremely painfully clear. White people like this who have never experienced oppression don't understand why making correlations like this is dangerous. You're watering down the tragedy of real situation. When you say being forced to take the vaccine is like being a slave, as a person who's never had a slave in their family, that's insulting. That's denigrating. That's annoying. That's your privilege showing. And like this picture has to live in infamy for her. If she, I want to know her name, and I want it to be pasted onto this.
This isn't World War II. Like, the conditions from World War II are not congruent with the conditions we have right now. Listen, y'all know me. I am completely an advocate of you choosing to do with your body what you want. I don't care if you get the jab or not. I don't care. There's other people who do. But this, the word I want to use is stretch, but that's not sufficient. It's not sufficient enough. It's just ignorant. It really is ignorant. And I know you want to hit me with some Nuremberg trials and all that stuff, but it's not congruent. It's not the same thing.
No,
and I don't want to. Yeah.
All this over a fucking mask. That's all I'm saying. Like, or a fucking vaccine. Like, even if you didn't want to take it, and just not taking and suffer the consequences of your action. That's what we all about in this country, right? Self-accountability. Check this out. Verified. Does Uber charge you more if your battery is low? The TLDR of this article, the answer is no. But there is a suspicion. While installing Uber apps does allow the rideshare company to monitor users' battery levels during use, the company doesn't use information to change ride prices. What they found was there was a viral TikTok that went out basically stating that this was how it happens. But me and you, Eric, did other story about how Uber charges two different people based on their demographics, different prices. So I'm not opposed to this. I think that this was something that was changed or updated, but I think they're evil enough to do this. But they were found to be, innocent of crime. But there was a viral TikTok and tweet that showed that this was something that was happening. So I don't know. What do you think about this?
Uber and their shenanigans, man. I haven't used Uber, like the ride share, in probably over a year, man. If I have to use one, I use Lyft or a cab. And even cabs are scummier than those, but I'd rather just use Lyft. Up until recently, I was all about Lyft. There was an incident that happened to a dear friend of mine. I was not too thrilled, so I'm not sure if I guess I'm gonna have to drive everywhere now.
I mean,
so.
It's
I don't like it. It seems very plausible, but we don't have any proof.
We don't have any proof of this yet. But would I put it past them? Fuck no. Are we gonna have to let them slide though? Yeah. For now, we'll be back. We'll be back. George Floyd sculpture in New York City defaced for second time. It's really telling when people just won't like let it be. And I have to give it to the Floyd family for two things. One, the brother not wanting to immediately beat the ass of the person that did it, and is asking the culprit to come forth so they can have a conversation about what his issue is with George Floyd's memorabilia.
Okay, so what if it's a black person?
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's still a question of what's the issue with him being up on this, being remembered in a positive light. After all, remember for what? For being murdered. And what society should actually take away from his death is what black people have been begging other people to acknowledge. We don't have good incomings with cops. And
nah, bro. Listen, I don't want to bust to this dude in New York City or in Milwaukee or anywhere. What I would like a bust of is MLK, Malcolm X, George Washington Carver, Carter G. Woodson, Garrett Morgan,
why wouldn't you want
Benjamin Banneker? What significant has he done in his life? Not anything for black people to remember. I want to remember these guys.
Literally sacrificed
Don't care.
on TV.
Don't care.
I mean, just
don't
because you
care.
don't care doesn't mean that it doesn't
don't
matter.
care. Oh, completely. It matters. You know why? Because who decided to put this up? Who funded this to go up? And why won't they put the images that black people actually need to see instead of this? This reminds you who they say that you are and not what we've actually accomplished as a group of people. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Or justice can't be served, and that the quiet won't remain silent, or that his life did matter.
No.
I mean, it sounds like you got beef with it, but ultimately,
I have lots of beef with it.
Ultimately, you would benefit from probably talking to the brother, because.
Oh no. If the brother had any sense, he would have never allowed this stuff to go up.
I mean, hey, the city chose to put it up. They have a budget for it, but people honestly defacing this is you're just screaming your inequalities. Like you're just
because they don't want to see this dude's face in their city. Again, I asked the question: what if it's a black person?
It doesn't matter. I don't know why you keep bringing up the fact that he's black. Whoever it is, if you don't like it, petition it like a normal civilized human being.
Or why don't they just pull it down like they did all the rest of the statues?
Well, because one of them is an ideology of racism, and the other one is the tearing down of racism. And
shouldn't we tear down every idea of racism?
Yeah, and once every Robert E. Lee statue is down, I'll gladly be able to say that.
And so we take down Robert E. Lee, and then we put up a permanent image of black people. This is very strategic. So we take Robert E. Lee down, but another group of people has put up an image of what they think black people are.
No.
No, I am not. No. Again, because most people won't even think like that. They don't even think like that. It sounds very devious and dubious, but it's actually happening, bro. It's happening. When you don't control your image, other people can put up what they think that you are. We put this guy, this big bronze statue. It's a beautiful statue. No denying the artist is amazing. However, why not some of these other legends of black people?
What's wrong with his legacy being remembered as the person who brought a country to yield for justice?
No.
That's what he did.
No, he did not.
Well, we'll push on. Let us know what y'all think about this bust. More importantly,
bust is a correct word.
Should the person who's defacing this have the courage to come up and talk about their grievances instead of acting like a petulant child and defacing property?
Again, that's your opinion. It's not a petulant child. He just doesn't like it, and he went out and expressed his disdain.
Well, the disdain here is a very interesting one. So you have 2 school shootings in less than 4 months, and your answer for stopping the school shootings in your school isn't, put up metal detectors or, maybe have a conversation about gun control within your community. It is to instead ban all book bags from your school, so your children now have to carry their books in shopping carts, grocery bags, and laundry bags in protest.
That's awesome.
It's very depressing.
No, it's awesome. No, it's awesome that the kids trolled the adults in such a ludicrous way. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, for sure.
This is how you get people to change their minds. You make them look as stupid as possible like this. They should have found the most obnoxious things like a shopping cart.
They have
that's great.
That's microwave has been used. They have used I don't know if you know the candy dispensers for the M&Ms, guys.
Yeah.
It's on rolling wheels. Someone is using that currently. Someone used a tugboat. Someone's using a wagon. Someone's using an old-fashioned belt loop with your books in the belt, and you sling it over your shoulder. Someone's using a backpack that his father got from NASA, like that was used to carry oxygen tanks. So there's a bunch of things that they're using, but ultimately this draws back to the issue of just why is it that kids are being forced to make adult decisions? Shout out
because
to, shout out to
I mean,
thanks for coming through.
Bumfozo, hey. But no, the issue here that I see is, first of all, a kid brought a gun into the school. If this kid was in inner city Dallas, Houston, Austin, LA, Chicago, New York, that kid would never have brought the gun to school. Does anybody in the class know why? Because that kid would have went through a metal detector.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
But here's the deal: instead of you see the extremes that certain people will go to quote unquote keep a semblance of normalcy in their community, so that they don't look like those other kids, even though those other kids don't shoot each other in school; they shoot each other outside of school. But y'all got a problem with kids shooting in the school. You might want to get some wands, the illusion that you're checking for metal before you go into the school. It would deter most of these kids, because most of these kids aren't bad. It's just somebody that's really pissed off and probably at that age sexually frustrated or rejected or picked on. It's usually the problem.
I'm willing to say he's just bad and he's a fucking brat. Like there's I don't need to explain away the fact that he's gonna go in.
I forgot that was even an option. I forgot who I was talking about. But yes, proceed.
Yeah, like it's just like for me, I think ultimately like this conversation just needs to be had with adults. Like, come on, guys. Like you're banning backpacks, but let's have a conversation about maybe getting some metal detectors at your school. It might look like the hood, but it doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, YouTube decides to ban high-profile anti-vax accounts, says it will block all vaccine misinformation. I applaud this, but I also wonder how this is going to be used. Because, Eric, didn't me and you once try and combat misinformation, and didn't we get a strike for that?
Yes, we did get a strike for that from YouTube, and it gets worse because your boy Joe, recovering Joe, I'm not talking about FJB. I'm talking about Joe Rogan. He sent the folks after us, and they tried to get our. Not only did the video get demonetized, not that it was ever monetized in the first place, but they had it taken down, and it was down. It went back down a second time after YouTube reinstated it. So here's the deal. This is the problem with the algorithm. The algorithm don't care. The algorithm is going to take down anything. And if you don't combat it, especially when you're in the right, then it's going to stay down. This is the thing. When they can pick and choose whose video is up, whose video is down, when you control the flow of information, and you have an algorithm that is completely biased to whatever the narrative of the week is, the narrative du jour, as the French say, it makes it really hard for people to actually get dissenting opinions out, and that's honestly what they want. I mean, if you got today is what you agree with, tomorrow it may not be. Tomorrow it may be what I agree with, and I'm gonna wield the sword and slash as much as I can, because that's the norm. The way that normal human beings conduct themselves. This is a problem, but sounds like we just gotta have to be outsmart the algorithm. There's people out there who are crushing it on YouTube, saying what needs to be said while saying it in a way that the algorithm cannot take them off the internet for.
No, absolutely. And hey, me and Eric, we've almost figured it out.
Adapt or die. Adapt or die.
Hey, everybody's talking about this. It's the Netflix Korean series Squid Games. Squid Games is great. I think it's an awesome. Okay, I'm being facetious. The thing that I enjoy about Squid Game is this person.
Hold on, bro. This is right over. What is this, bro? Break it down.
That's what I'm saying. I should be talking more about it, but like I don't know. But I don't know what Squid Game is past. It's a TV show like Hunger Games, but it's like condensed into a video game. So basically, there's a bunch of broke people in the TV show, and they're all being forced to play in this game for money. And they play like children games for money, and then eventually, like, they all figure out like what's new. But then there's like good people on the island and bad people on the island, and all of that shit is fine. And I found myself being more invested in the TV show, but it's only because of this girl. She's gorgeous. This show is doing well because there are beautiful people on the show. And I want the YouTube to say her name. What's her name? Hold on.
Jung Ho Young.
Jung Yo Ho. Like, she is fucking gorgeous. So this is why I watched the show, because she is a beauty. And I guess the premise was okay. It got really lost in translation towards the end because I didn't think it would be one person winning it. I thought that it would be a lot fairer if multiple people could win it, but I don't know if that was like their original chase to it. But she, like I said, she's bae for me, and I'd watch another whole season. But I can't watch another season. Spoiler alert. But yeah, it was a good show. Good show. For
Navi says you're an animal.
I can accept that. What's her name? Say the name for me.
Young Ho Young.
Jung.
I got Siri to say it. Clap it up for her. She's bae. Damn. She's bae.
No makeup.
Go watch Squid Games, y'all. Support that. It's actually the highest streamed show on Netflix ever. Like, it's the highest streamed show ever on Netflix.
Because it's from Korea, bro. That's why everybody fools with it.
Everybody
fools with Korea, bro.
And on top of that, like, other countries are trying to sue Netflix for their data caps being maxed out because everyone's trying to watch the show. So it's super cool. I love to see it. Yeah, more power to you. Let's get into the more my favorite part of this segment within a segment. The Herman Cain Award. Eric hates this section, but I think it's growing on him. Let's see how far we get.
It's definitely not.
It's not growing on Eric. Anti-vaxxers ambush pupils outside school and show them images of dead children. So basically, there's a bunch of people training in EMS and things like that, and these anti-vaxxers show up and just show them pictures of dead children, claiming that the vaccines have dead fetal tissue inside of it. It is crazy when people like this start to talk freely because they don't really understand what they're doing and they don't understand the ramifications of it. Just a TLDR for all the people who are worried about the fetal tissues. These fetal tissues that they're talking about are duplicate and basically bioengineered, made back before World War II. It's sort of like the life cells from the lady, her name's escaping me. You cover a story about her, but basically she has a tumor cell that continues to grow like a normal cell, so it's forever lasting. It's similar to this. So
yeah, Henrietta Lacks.
Thank you so much, Eric, with the fucking pool, man. And it's just crazy how people are upset about this. I don't know, Eric. What do you think?
You know what this reminds me of? It's the same thing that the people outside the abortion clinics use.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
It's the same tactic. Now, I'm not going down that road. That's a whole nother conversation. But for this, it's the same idea, the same mindset. You're standing outside of a school and you're showing kids images of dead children. For what? What is that going to do? But besides traumatize the kids, like what's going on in an adult's brain? Nothing. That would think it's a good idea to take posters of dead kids and go show them to kids.
Yeah,
that's about as bad as showing kids porn.
Hey man, Booty Talk 34 is pretty cool though. I'm gonna just put that out there. I'm gonna just put that out there.
They have no idea what that is. They was like, you got to find a DVD to watch that.
Hey, good times.
High school, jeez.
Attorney for teenager who ran over 6 cyclists outside Houston speaks out. Police question and release young driver without any charges. So this happened out in Houston. 16-year-old kid rolling coal in his big old Ford F-150. I don't know if that's a Ford F-150.
It is a Ford F-250 Super Duty.
So he's rolling coal, doing what all the little dick BD energy ass dudes, beta males be doing out there.
Oh man, don't be talking on his situation, bro. You don't know where.
You're absolutely right, but that is little dick energy, bro. You got to roll coal on a bunch of cyclists. That's little dick energy.
Or maybe the dude was probably high or drunk.
Still little dick energy. You're drunk or high driving. That's little dick energy.
Wow, I mean, we're taking it all the way to the extreme with the.
Just in essence, it's bad. And
okay, there we go. We can say.
And he hit 6 cyclists on his way. And after hitting the 6 cyclists, his concern wasn't with the 6 cyclists or the person or one of the cyclists.
His truck was messed up, bro. Come on.
No,
his truck's not even his truck. Look at his truck.
The first words out of his mouth allegedly was, "Do you think I'm going to jail?" And the Houston Police Department suggests no. They let his parents come to the scene of the crime and pick him up and take him home. And to date, he still has not been arrested. Privilege is a hell of a drug, man.
I got a question. If that was you driving the truck, what do you think would have happened?
One of the cyclists would have shot me.
Nah. if they survived getting hit with that truck, well, I mean, it looks like they did, but he hit 6 cyclists.
All 6 of them did survive. But like I said, his first words were, "Do you think I'm going to jail?" Which is highlighted here. Those are his first words.
It should have been his last words. He should be in jail.
He should be. But I don't know. Like this is it's the reason why I think sometimes like not all kids. You have to have a certain level of common sense to have a driver's license. I just don't think it should be an age qualification. But
I'm reading this thing. He just dumped diesel exhaust on these fools. He thought it was funny. He was I'm rolling past you, dumping exhaust, and then he ran into 6 people. He thought it was a joke. He thought he was gonna whiz past them. Like, this is on purpose. This is intentional.
So that makes it a crime, even if it was on
accident. It should be.
Even if it's on accident, it's still a crime. You can.
It should be assault. It should be assault
for sure. But like, it's just crazy that he walked away from it. But this kind of interjected with my Herman Cain Award winner, so I'm gonna bypass this. Go back to it. I don't know how to say this name, but Bob, anti-vaxxer for Real Science radio host, dies of COVID-19 after hosting a whole radio show about being real science. He dies of COVID-19.
Womp 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 womp.
You got.
It's sad. Dying of COVID is sad. It really is.
And remember, while this is more of a coping mechanism for me because I don't know what else to do other than show you guys the truth, right? So that's one hint here, but this one's a little bit more depressing. Veronica, that's a cool name. Chicago anti-vax activist and QAnon supporter dies of COVID-19 at 64.
Our horse just died.
Shout out Bumfuzzle. Thanks for coming through, man. Go check out Bumfuzzle. He be out here shooting stuff down. Okay, I see you, Bumfuzzle. But these people are no longer here with us after their journey, rather I say with the anti-vax community.
There we go. Their journey. Their life's journey.
Their life's journey with the anti-vax community. Don't be one of these people, please. Because we need your views. Shout out to the 7 people watching with us.
Hey, we got one on YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube. I know it's somebody on Facebook. It's always somebody on Facebook.
Always somebody on Facebook. This blank screen is almost perfect, but here's the real post. Danish artist delivers empty frame for $84,000 low pay protest. Basically, this Danish artist was given $84,000 to create a form of artwork that was supposed to portray the pay gap between 2 countries, and he took the money. And Eric, you'll never guess what the title of the artwork was.
I don't know.
Take the money and run.
That's hilarious. That is comedy. What? And they can't do anything.
They can't like. So there is a clause in his contract that he has to return the money once the exhibit's over. But the exhibit is, and this type of press has, like, there's literally a lady sitting in front of this watching a blank piece of canvas. So they're clearly making money, and this is the catch-22. They owe him dividends payments off of this viewing. So he literally could be in a situation where he could walk away with the money and being paid by the museum for not doing his work. This is
that's
what
art.
I want to do. This is what I want to do with my life.
That is expression. It's a statement.
It's a statement. It's one hell of a statement. A statement that I hope he can live down for the rest of his life. Cherokee Nation has agreed to $75 million settlement with opioid distributors. So this is sort of the fallout from what happened with Johnson & Johnson. If you remember back a while ago, we talked about this in depth. They've now reached a settlement and things are going to be moving forward. But this is just a microcosm of the distribution companies falling out.
But what companies? Because specifically they haven't listed any, and I'm curious as to why. Are they in the article?
From what I saw, the drug companies issued a joint statement. So yeah, no single company came out. It was a joint statement. But Cardinal Health, Assertion Bergen, McKinsey and Fourth Firm, and Johnson & Johnson. So these were other companies these weren't companies specifically named in this, and that's what kind of makes this settlement weird. They didn't have to admit guilt. They didn't have to come out and say who they were. They just paid the settlement and walked away.
Yeah, and it'll be dispersed over the next 6 to 7 years. So they won't get the money all up front. What garbage, bro? It's absolute garbage.
It's trash.
Absolute garbage.
You want to know what else is garbage? Robinhood. Because their insider stock trading that happened back when our Diamond Hands phase was going around. Shout out to Twfttylw, one of our long strongholds from back then. Their CEO and whatnot went on and said that, there was no insider trading, but we now have the documents further proving that. Anyone who was trading on that day and couldn't sell their AMC stock that they got for $4 at $300, that's because they took away the off button. So let's see what happens to this. Robinhood is so trash. If you have to invest your money, don't invest your money with this. Let me go ahead and put that link in here for you.
Hey, we bull for you. So we bull lean.
We got that. We got that option for you. And there ain't no reason for you to be out here spending your money on this bullshit.
100%. Yeah, especially on this. And the irony of the name Robinhood, everybody knows it's supposed to steal from the rich and give to the poor. And what did they do? They stole from the poor to enrich themselves.
Yep. So if you want
trash.
3 free stocks, you can get it there. And if you get someone else to sign up, you can get there's a chance for you to win one of 400 Tesla stocks. Link in the description below. Tesla's at like 473 right now. So shout out. And our last story, Turkey man, a drunk Turkish man joins a search party to look for himself.
Is there a video for this? Is there a video?
There's a screen capture of them. So basically,
this is great. Great.
They've been searching for this man for 8 hours. And around the 8-hour mark, the person they are searching for stops and says, "Has anyone screamed out this person's name?" And they said, "No." They said, "What is his name?" And they said, the lady says this, and the guy on the microphone screams it out, and he says, "Well, that's my name." And they checked his ID and realized that this was the drunk man they were looking for. Apparently, he wandered off from the bar, fell asleep in the park. The search party walked past him, and then a few stragglers who came to join the search informed him that they were looking for a person, but they didn't know the name. So he joined the search party, and for 8 hours, they searched for the person in the search party. Yeah.
This is bad. And nobody else questioned the dude upon arrival. Hey, man, who is this guy? Hey, man, let me see. Hey, listen, if that was America, that dude would have got body slammed. I'm just telling you
You
right
get choke
now.
slam, bro. There ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Oh, boy.
Ain't no way.
Oh, boy.
You just spent all this goddamn. Anyway, hey, we appreciate you guys coming through for the show. Clap it up for yourselves, man. Hey, that was a great show. We're not done. Everyone always wants to leave at this. We're not done.
Nah.
Eric, tell them where they can find us before they click off.
Right here on Twitch, man.
Hold on, not to get
Come
in
over.
the Discord.
We can catch the vibe, but it's so hard to find through the daily grind. Been working overtime, and I'm sleep deprived. Shorty on my line, and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night. Don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end is sight. Slow it down, and we can catch the vibes.